Hello and welcome back to my channel once more, where I review all my latest pickups, talk about all things streetwear. So let's get straight into this box. This is a pickup. The tape was already kind of coming off, so I haven't bothered to reseal it. Yeah, here is the box. This is a pair I've been trying to get for a good while now. They dropped last year and I took L's and have been looking for a swap or something like that ever since, and the price has just been gradually going up. So pulled the trigger, and this is a trade block swap. So I got these mildly used and I swapped out my second pair of Lost and Founds, which I got for retail. So it's essentially like a Jordan 1 retail cost for this, which is, I'll read it out here, which is Air Jordan 3 Retro SP, multicolor. I have gone true to size. So just to run through the box just before we start, and it kind of gives away the colorway a little bit. So you can see here, there's like a sunset or a sunrise on the front. And what actually happens, you can see there's like prints here of a city skyline or a city kind of motif. And then you take this off. I don't know how well this will come through in the video, but here you can see what's left when you take that sleeve off. And then if I get that out of the way, you're left with this box, which has even more of the pattern again. So it's the not non-flip lid version of the box that we get, and down here you get some purple elephant print, I guess. Take this off, and then again, special edition paper. Ooh, and then it goes into the purple, so it's all about that skyline type of vibe. So I'm going to get the shoes out, and then we'll just go through all of the other details. Get all of the box stuff out of the way. Cool, so that was the box and the packaging. In terms of the colorway, so this is the Jordan 3 J Balvin Medellín Sunset, I want to say the name is. So just going through the colorway, the most striking part of the colorway is this. If I hold this up here and then put a picture that I found of the Medellín Sunset on that side of the screen, you can kind of see where both the back tab and this back half of the midsole takes its inspiration from. So I'll show both sides, and again, this is one of those pairs where Nike and Jordan Brand have allowed artists to put bespoke things on the back, which they'd never do 5-10 years ago. So yeah, this is J Balvin's logo. So again, you have that like on the back of the right shoe, which is pretty cool. And the hang tag actually also has his logo on there. So similar to the first Armand Manière, the white pair of Armand Manière, all of the stitching, the edge of the stitching is in yellow, which is really cool. It's a nice little kind of touch there. And then otherwise you have like an all over sail colorway with the hits of yellow. The ankle collar here, and then the bit that would have the elephant print on True Blues and other colorways like that, that's all like a slightly stiff, slightly rough suede. So yeah, that's that. And then love transparent, or a I'm trying to think of the name that they call this, but it's kind of like a transparent outsole. I really like that. And yeah, there's nothing else really about the colorway in particular. The insoles are bespoke, kind of boring looking. I'll put an image up if I can find one, because it will be better than me showing you the inside of the shoe. So this is part of a pack of 2. I'll put the picture of the other one, which was a Rio colorway. I wasn't particularly a fan of the Rio one, so I did not bother with that. But yeah, you can see from here that they have been worn. So as I said, it was a trade block swap. I know a lot of people do not like trading new for used, because I use trade block quite a lot. For me, I don't mind at all, because it means I can get these way under their market value. Someone's worn them once. I'm not buying them to just store them here. I'm buying them to wear them. So they're going to get worn anyway. As long as they're not beat, who really cares? And I got the new pair I got for retail with the sole purpose of using them as trade bait. I didn't buy 2 pairs of Lost and Founds to have 2 pairs. I only need one. I only have 1 pair of feet. So yeah, to me it makes sense, but I get why for other people it doesn't. So yeah, bear with me 1 sec. I'm just going to go and get a couple of pairs to compare to, because I wanted to do a piece on the like more recent, I was going to say hyped up, because nothing's really that hyped these days, but more hyped up collaborations on the 3. So if you've been following the channel for any kind of period of time, Jordan 3s are my favorite. So yeah, just wanted to compare a couple of pairs real quick.
A few moments later.
Okay, so welcome back. As I said, we're going to make a quick comparison here. Not that I think the colorway is similar to any of these, more because I think as a Jordan brand fan, and specifically a fan of like, I would say 1 through 4, historically, it's been the case that 3s just don't have hype. 1s a few years ago, and then 4s as of the last couple of years have been like the only Jordans that have any hype. So I feel like someone who is fairly new to J's may have the feeling that like no one's ever cared about 3s. And I feel like when I was a kid, 3s and 4s were the cool ones, the cool pairs, maybe 11s as well. I've never been a fan of 11s, but yeah, 3s, it was always like 3s and 4s. So yeah, for people who maybe came into the game at the height of 1s and now kind of feel like, what are these 3s that you know keep coming up? This is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to go through a couple. So we have here 2021 Armand Manier, the original Armand Manier, the first one they did, and then both from this year. So this is the Nina Chanel Abney and the Armand Manier Black, and as you can see, like both super premium, really nice pairs. And then this also super nice. And I mentioned like bespoke tabs on the back. This is awesome. The bespoke piece on the tongue as well. Really well done shoe. So yeah, and I feel like across these 4, let me put these in a slightly more manageable order here. Hopefully that's kind of all in shot. For me, that's a pretty good roster of collabs on this silhouette from the last couple of years. I know these are a little bit older, so it's not really like the last couple of years. I don't have the Dornbecker. It's one of the pairs I made in my end of year list last year, 2023, that I did want to chase. I am planning a shopping trip in November when I have some time off of work to do all of the resale and consignment stores in DFW, or as many of them as possible in one day. I have a list of pairs that I want to try and get. This was one of them, and I've now ticked it off. There's another pair that you'll see a review on soon that was also going to be a pair that I've also ticked off, and then another one that you'll see a few days later that was also going to be another pair. So I've ticked off a couple of bits recently, sold a couple bits too. But yeah, just I might actually shoot some footage on that day and make some content out of it. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to just compare across these 4. And then the only other thing, just before we get into like rating and closing the piece off, is that I wanted to do some on-body shots. So I have four fits up on screen, which are showing like ways that I'm thinking of wearing these J Balvin Jordan 3s. So I'll just kind of let that footage play out. Usually like to give it sort of 20 to 40 seconds, somewhere in that range. So yeah, just let that play off. Cool. Okay, so that is the fits. I don't know exactly what I'm going to wear just yet, so trying to avoid commenting on it as I'm shooting this video. The only other thing I had forgotten to include, so Medellín sunset. So I showed a picture of the sunset. Here's a quick Google Maps so you can see where it is. I want to say it's somewhere near central Colombia. I think it was just south, I think, of central. So this is part of J Balvin's childhood and like where he grew up. So he's, I think it's where he's from. I'll do some more Googles on it. But yeah, that's kind of that. And then, so just for this pair in particular, the rating, get these out the way. So for me, this is a strong 9 to 9.5. I want to say 9.25. That's what I'm going to give the J Balvin Medellín Sunset from last year, a 9.25. So yeah, really like the shoe. And then fit of the day up here. So here I have on the winterized or Archeo Brown Jordan 3s. I like to do reviews on 3s with 3s on my feet. THRT denim in the Fiji colorway, Dusty Rose 021 Essentials, and then Walnut Paper Planes snapback. So yeah, that was my review on the J Balvins. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. As always, I enjoyed making it. That's it from me. Over.